I actually came across an interesting article. NoFilmSchool.com put it out. It's titled "Why We Need to Return to Physical Media," and I found it really insightful.
Yeah.
Because I think you can have both in this world. Obviously we still do.
Sure.
But the fear, to me anyway, is eventually we won't have physical media.
Yeah.
And reading this article, it really dissects the importance of why we still need it. You don't own just because you bought something digitally, you don't own it forever.
Right.
So you own the rights to stream it through the streamer where you bought it from until they no longer own the rights themselves to show the content. So
or they don't exist anymore.
Right. Like if Disney's like Netflix, which they kind of have done, no more. You're not going to have our stuff anymore. We have our own now. And then Netflix can just turn the switch, flip the switch, and it's gone. And if you bought anything that was Disney's or any other company, it's gone. So it's not, that physical media is not really, that's always going to be yours. Yeah. Unless you loaned it to somebody and they screw
and they
up,
don't, they don't return.
Which I never was cool about loaning things unless I really trust the person.
Right.
But I won't give them the case. That's how weird I am. But it was just a lot of cool things they were talking about. Streaming services, they don't buy rights into the content they have. Netflix obviously, I think, kind of set the standards for these new streamers where they have original content.
Yeah, they just do their own.
Right. And that's smart. Like I remember when Netflix announced that, I was like, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But it's very smart because
I know it's like, and these shows aren't going to be any good. It's Netflix. Who cares?
Yeah.
They were sending me DVDs 6 months ago.
I never used that service.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got Netflix, I was so astonished. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all out there digitally.
Yeah.
And I even watched Wild Wild West just to watch a movie, And it's the movie's, it's kind of fun, but not the greatest movie.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see something. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is kind of, I was just like, oh, I can't believe this. It was like a caveman with fire. I just couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
But a lot of digital movies have been have disappeared from libraries. The physical media actually preserves the filmmaker's work. The quality is vastly different too. When you stream 4K right now, it's basically the same quality as a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So it's not really the greatest. Also, your internet has to be pretty good.
Oh yeah. How many times have you watched a show and then all of a sudden it looks like you're on an old VHS and then you go back to DVD? Like for instance, Netflix and Disney, they need like 25 megabytes per second to stream HD. Right. Amazon
needs 15, and the cheapest internet speed, are through Verizon and Comcast. Looks like 35 to 40 a month you're spending. I have fiber now. I don't know about you. Do you?
It's not out there yet.
It's not.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's going to be Google. Do you know?
I think so.
Okay. Love Google Fiber. I'm not paid by them, but
I've heard good things.
Oh my God. We went from 40 megabytes per second to 1 gig.
Oh wow.
You don't get that exactly, but still
it's way more than what you got.
Well, with this all this content we do, uploading and stuff, it's so quick. I haven't started gaming yet with it, so I'm excited about that.
You're gonna love that.
I know my family will definitely not see me. But
I have media crap, and it's
right. Oh yeah. I mean, we had to have Ethernet hooked to our work computers here. They're all Wi-Fi now. Just because we have the main upstairs, I'd have to drill a hole in the floor to like drop it down. And don't miss that though. We had like three of those cords in our laundry room. It was terrible.
Forget it.
Terrible. But there's so much that takes place with streaming. The sound. Each streamer has their own audio standards. Yeah. And it's usually based on the overall volume of the film. Yeah. Because I've kind of noticed that too when you watch a film, like. It's like, what the hell's going on? Or
I don't know how many times that I go from one thing to another, and I'm constantly having to adjust my volume.
Right.
We were watching something on Paramount Plus, FBI.
Yeah.
And we love that show, and we were watching it last night, and because we're trying to get caught up, we only have one episode left to be current, but we're watching that show, and then we're doing laundry, we do other stuff around the house, and then at the end of every night, our little rituals, we'll watch Arrested Development.
Yeah.
We're on season 2 of that, and I'd never gone through it before.
Oh, sure.
Hilarious.
Sure.
But you turn that on Netflix, and then it's like the volume is just off the charts, and I never touched it from FBI to that.
yeah.
And it's a mad rush then for the remote to turn that down. You know?
It is.
But yeah, you're right. It's funny how varied the sound quality is,
and it's also like the compression, the picture and sound have to be sent together. And the information sometimes gets lost, which is probably why you get the hiccups. But have you noticed darker scenes are pretty bad? Like they're very chunky and pixelated.
Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah, like you can still see people. It's so weird. Like it takes me out of it. Like blacks aren't black. You know, it's kind of like.
And when you watch Game of Thrones, you know, you have a whole episode that's basically just black.
Yeah, wasn't there one complaint about one of the new episodes? It was like it was too dark. It was too dark.
I think it was in the last season. Yeah. It was so dark, and but I mean,
like, what's going on?
Yeah, and then with that whole pixelization thing, you know, it's like
and it kind of makes the people look freaky. It
does
in the darkness. It's like what's going on?
Part of me wants to get that physical media.
You're right,
so I can see that show and kind of how it's supposed to look.
But I do get like digital. You have it, and you can take it. You can wherever you go. Like you have physical media, you're gonna have to have a player. Like I get it, you know. But
my iPad, I've got so many movies on here.
Right, and they're through Apple.
Yeah, right? Mostly. And sometimes, depending on the movie, I'll get there's like a digital code.
Yeah,
because like there's a lot of movies that I'll buy that I want the digital copy for.
Right.
And if they have the free code, then I'm constantly getting it uploaded. But you know, like if I go on a plane, or if I'm traveling somewhere, like this is just my downloaded movies.
Oh my!
And I've got other ones.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah, right there. I got Spider-Man: No Way Home. I got a lot of Mystery Science Theater.
Sweet.
And it's Silence of the Lambs, which I've seen probably 300 times in my life.
Oh, that's a good one, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean that's there's goods and bads about both of them. But yeah, I mean I totally get like you know you can have access to it. It's
convenient.
Easier. It is very convenient. Yes. Do you buy any physical media anymore?
I do.
You do. Okay.
So like the latest Spider-Man, I don't buy all the Marvel or stuff like that.
It misses.
Some I'm fine just streaming it.
Yeah.
That
was good.
But there's stuff out there I still like to buy.
Right.
And I'll not stop that.
Especially vintage stuff they put back out, like Star Trek Motion Picture came out. That was cool, like the 4K.
Yeah.
Redux.
One thing I was wanting to do maybe before Thursday, so probably it'd have to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saw John Wick 1 through 3 all bundled.
Oh, sweet.
So I was wanting to get that.
Nice.
Because we've streamed it.
Yeah.
But those are movies I'd love to own.
Yeah, that's a great collection. Yeah.
So yeah, things like that out there that I'd still just love to have.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's just good to still buy physical media if you can. It helps support the filmmakers because sadly they don't make much off streaming right now because the residuals are so like new territory.
It's like Spotify, for music artists.
Right.
It's like, oh, I get 1 cent for every 600 plays.
Right. I know.
That's crazy.
It is.
And I made that number up, but it's bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing is streamers can also change content.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall Splash?
Yeah.
They like really screwed up her butt for no reason. Honestly.
I heard they fixed it.
They did finally. Yeah. It's been like 2 years.
I was going to say, it went a while.
It would look weird. It was bad. He's like, you know what? You might as well just cut that scene. Like she turns and runs away and he just cut.
Just cut it out.
Because what we got was just like, it was odd. It looked like a Muppet or something.
It was weird.
It was very weird. But yeah, physical media also offers behind the scenes perks, additional scenes. Like, if you're a big time movie buff,
Oh, commentaries, behind the scenes, the whole thing.
You get like inside jokes sometimes. Yeah.
That stuff's fun.
Some of them don't care. Be formal about the commentary.
Right.
Like some are burping and these are all people involved with the film. It's
they're just having fun with it.
Right, exactly. But yeah, it's just a good article. I think anyone who reads it will hopefully have a renewed appreciation in physical media.
Yeah.
Because it is in the end truly something you can own.
Yeah.
And it can't be changed, taken away from you. And that's sadly someday, the streamer you have, like let's say Apple decides, hey, we're going to just skyrocket our prices.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to either jump ship or you're going to have to like sacrifice other things to keep that because you lose it. It's gone.
And most of the stuff that I buy on digital is stuff that I can't find physically.
You're right.
And so when inevitably those things go away, then I'm just screwed.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, if they decide, it's controversial, but, there's problematic content, now. So they could decide like, hey, no more for people. And it's like, well, okay, but down the road it could be like, hey, actually that was pretty good to do that way. And it was the filmmaker's intent. And it's like, do you ever get that back?
Right.
It's just, yeah. But all in all, physical copy of a film is is best to get one you like, and just it helps the filmmaker get paid in the end. And that's another thing about the compression rate and all that. The cinematographer, like, his job gets like shit on. Like, he did all that careful strategic work. But I just thought it was a great article. I recommend it. I'll probably put it in the notes, but definitely check it out. I think it's really well written and educational. Very educational.
It was cool.
And I'm a big advocate for physical media. So, eventually we're going to put these on 8-tracks and VHS.
I used to have an 8-track player in my car when I was young. Of course, I'm 55 years older than you.
Will they come back like records, you think? No. Because tapes don't really age well.
They don't age
well. Vinyl does.
Vinyl's fine.
Yep.
But cassettes, VHS, 8-track.
Yeah. Unless they invent some kind of new tape.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe someday.
Maybe.
Who knows?
They had cool sounds, It was just, they're gone.
Yeah. Gone. Vinyl's cool, but I just can't afford it, I gotta get a record player, and oh god.
In mint condition, I've only maybe watched them once or twice. The original Star Wars trilogy, before Lucas's edits. And they're in great shape.
Yeah.
The packaging's all immaculate, and it's like, I wonder if you can get anything for that stuff nowadays.
You might. The seal's never been broken.
It has been broken.
Okay, but still,
but
it's in good shape.
It's in great shape. Like I said, I've only seen them once or twice, so it's It was fun to come across those the other day when I was going through some old boxes.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I got not the same value. I mean, it's a good trilogy, Die Hard trilogy.
Yeah.
I bought it. You remember when Letterbox was a thing?
Oh, yeah.
I got it somewhere, but it's a flat case, and you pull up the lid. I got it from Suncoast or something. Okay. Or maybe my mom and dad's work. But anyway, 3 tapes in there. Just, they sit in there perfectly. Years ago, I was putting I got an Ecto 1 set. And I was like, let me put Die Hard in.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was terrible looking. Everything was blurry.
Oh, man.
It was terrible. Yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. So I went out and got the DVDs.